Hello and welcome back to Mary's Farm Disc Golf in Victoria, BC for the back 9 of stop number 7 of the 2020 Island Series. Mary's Farm and Sanctuary consists of 30 acres of pristine pasture, forest, and estuary. It is a place to slow down and mindfully explore oneself, surroundings, and connection to others. Mary's Farm is also home to Blossoming at the Farm, a non-profit committed to providing programming for all children to develop meaningful connections with themselves, others, and with the natural world. You can find more information at marysfarm.ca, and there's a link in the description below. And then once or twice a week, the animals get put away and the disc golf baskets come out, and it's time for Mary's Farm Disc Golf. A recap from the front 9, we've got Joah at 6 under, Hector at 4 under, Andrew at 2 under, and David at even. Let's see how things play out as we head into the back 9. Hole 10, par 3, 334 feet, slightly uphill, feels like it plays more like 360. The guys are looking for just a straight hyzer shot, but you need to be aware there is that hazard on the left-hand side as you get up close to the green. You want to stay out of there. That will give you a penalty, but you will play from inside the hazard. Up first we have Andrew. And right out of his hand, he calls nope. And he had that a little too flat, and he knew that was going too straight. And he's gone down to the tee pad of 11. And he's looking at a long upshot coming back. Hector really giving her there. And I think he juiced that a little too much. Yep, he's going to be a little long. This looks good. A little bit long. He'll have a 30-foot putt coming back. Let's see if David can correct. Oh, yeah, he ends up in the hazard. He had the best distance out of all, but unfortunately, that's that hyzer skip. Andrew just with a layup, and Joah, of course he's just going to continue to make birdies. That's just apparently what he does. He's the shirtless wonder birdie machine. All right. Nice putt, Joah. Hopefully Hector does not feel the pressure of the big putt before him. Oh, and it doesn't stay in. Oh, no. He can't be happy with that. David tried to save his par. And just high and to the left. Touch has changed, but can't stay in. And we've got pars here for Andrew and Hector, no problem. But David will have to settle for the bogey. Hole 11. It seems straight, but the straight play is a little bit dangerous because you can skip past and go way past the pin easily, or hyzer out into that cabbage on the left. Most players will opt for a big hyzer around the big tree on the right-hand side of the fairway. Most players. But as we've seen, Joe he's a straight thrower. He likes to shoot straight at the basket, and there's what we're talking about with the danger of going straight at the basket. He did float a little past. This is the more traditional play. Give it a big spike hyzer, and you're hoping to do exactly that. Just park it right beside the pin, and it doesn't skip or go anywhere. That's the play. That's the play we're all looking to do. Thank you, Andrew, for showing us the play that most of us are trying to do. Hector coming up a little bit short, and that'll be a scary putt. David also going for the hyzer. But his is a little bit lower. He's not getting enough spike, and you get the skip down the hill. And Just as dangerous as the straight shot. Up first is Hector with his scary putt facing downhill. That was a nice birdie. Well deserved. Hector's been setting himself up really well, but not cashing in on all the opportunities. I think he got a little bit shaken on the first hole, and it shook his putting confidence, but looks like it's turning around here now. It's coming back for him. David with a nice birdie. Could we be looking at another star frame? Kind of surprised Joah's not going with a turbo here since it's uphill. And maybe he should have. And Joah commenting on how he's the one responsible for it not being a star frame. But he still gets a par, so it's not a problem. Although Hector, now only 2 behind him. And a really easy birdie for Andrew. Here we go, hole 12. I'd say the second hardest hole on the course. You've got steep hill, woods down the right-hand side. You've got a low ceiling. You've got OB all along this fence. And then if you do manage to get a shot up to here, you've got a very, very guarded pin. The birdie almost seems impossible. Par is difficult on its own. Let's see what these guys can do. If you have it, the forehand is the best shot, but you have to have a pretty consistent and somewhat powerful forehand to get this to start fading at the right spot. A little bit low. Oh, but he gets a nice flare out of that. And that's basically how you do it. He's giving himself a look at birdie there. And this is what happens if you don't get the fade at the right time. He goes straight, gets kicked out, and he is OB.
I pulled my butt.
Oh.
After you pulled your butt?
I haven't flipped like that in a while.
Looks like David may have hurt himself there. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but apparently he's pulled his butt. Joe a little worried that's going to go out, but no, it stables up and it comes in. And he's in a good position for the par for sure. Birdie would be a bit of a challenge from there, but I don't know, he's showing us some good putting today, so don't count him out yet, right? Hector now looking basically at his par shot here. And as you can see, there's no real way in. There's a couple kind of paths in there on a sharp hyzer, if you can get your putter diving in there. This is what you're looking for. It just needs to cut in more. And almost there. It was basically just a little bit long. If you had that a little bit shorter, it would have cut in at the right spot. Like that. Just as Joah did. So showing that there is that path down that side. David with a nice straight shot here. This looks great. I think this is the best looking birdie shot I've seen on this hole myself. Andrew is closer, but it looks like his shot's kind of cut off here. And can we just take a moment to appreciate the great filming by camera operator Elsa here? She's the one who's always on the tee pad and usually the one with the best camera angles. That was a narrow path he was going for. Oh, nice of him to fill in the little hole he made in the dirt in the woods. We can see there's all sorts of obstacles getting in the way as you try to make your way into the pin on hole 12. Everyone that I've played with, and granted they're not at the skill level these guys are, everyone that I've played with is so happy to just at least get a par here. No one's ever disappointed that they didn't grab a birdie. I myself am happy if I walk away with a bogey on this one. And Hector then needs this one to save his bogey. And he does it. Does drop him back one, though, from Joah. Although Joah is only getting his par here. So he's not dropping back too far. Hole 13, it's a par 3, as we've already established. They're all par 3. It is 224 feet. There are a couple mando trees, but the gap is really big here. We don't have to worry about it for these guys. And we've got a little bit of a low ceiling to get through, but it's a straight up shot. It's really easy. Putter or mid-range, slight hyzer. Just toss it through that hole. You're going to be in a good spot. Just like this. Exactly like this. Yes. Again, Andrew showing us exactly what I was saying in the whole description. David coming in a little bit high, hitting that low coverage that you need to try to avoid. It's an easy upshot from there. It's just birdie is now kind of out of the question on this somewhat of a must-get hole. Joe a little bit worried that he was too low, but he goes skating through and goes past the pin. And Hector in a little bit tight, but he clears everything. A little roll, a little flippity-doo, and he's looking at a nice birdie shot here. Great upshot from David. That'll be a par for sure. Putter still just not coming together for Hector. And here we go, of course, a turbo. And a birdie. So now we've got Joah at 8 under. Is anyone going to be able to catch him? We do have a couple hard holes coming up. There's always a chance Joah makes a mistake and we get a chance for someone else to take the lead here. Andrew's slowly creeping up. He's 4 under now, tied with Hector. Hole 14. A little bit of a tricky shot. It's 270 feet. You've got some gaps you need to hit here. The tricky part is that you've also got a low ceiling, but then the basket is up higher and you kind of have to get like up and under. The play is you want to throw something basically directly at that hillside and have it skip up towards the pin. And Andrew with a tree kick mid-fairway, sending him over near the blackberries. Hopefully he's not buried in there. Unfortunately, the catch cam operator, myself, put myself in a really bad position for trying to capture the shots here. And so what we didn't see just then was Joah has just put it about 15 feet past the basket with a really, really easy putt for birdie. David has himself in the middle of the fairway with an easy upshot ahead of him. And here we go, catch cam. We see Hector do the play that was in the whole description. Kind of hit that side of that hill and skip it up. He had a little bit more Anheuser on it than he would have liked. Would have been nice if it had started its fade and so it skipped towards the pin instead of away, but he's up there with a good opportunity now. And nice recovery from Andrew. Out of position, he's up there. He's got an easy look at par. And really nice upshot from David. And still, Hector not finding his confidence with his putter. And Joah takes another stroke on the card. Is anyone going to be able to catch him? It's looking very doubtful. Hole 15, arguably the hardest hole on the course for everyone I've played with, and from what I've witnessed from these guys, birdie is pretty much out of the question unless you're getting 100 to 150 foot throw in from mid fairway. But you can see the fairway here, we've got a steep drop off on the right, we've got a low ceiling. OB doesn't come into play until we get up to this portion up near the green where we have that fence line on the left. It is really, really difficult to get down through this little tiny tunnel. And Joah clips some limbs, but he still sneaks through. Yeah, Andrew, we saw that. That was Trixie. Again, Andrew with a mid-fairway kick, just like the last hole. That's going to put him in a tough shot. A tough location for his upshot. And David going with the forehand after he pulled his butt. Oh, this is nice. He skips up to a good spot.
I saw you'd strain that butt muscle one more time. I know, I was like, I don't want to throw the backhand.
He knew for him that the forehand was the best call here for this hole, so... And this happens to me all the time. Hit some limbs on the right-hand side of the fairway, drops it straight down. It's a really nasty spot to be here. You want to get just the right angle on this. If you get it too straight, you're looking at going straight OB. And coming from out of position there to now go OB. Bogey at best. But it's not looking good for Hector on this hole. And Andrew showing just how nasty your lie can be over here. Trying to find a good purchase for his feet so he can get some power going to actually generate something here. But, I mean, he's got some tough gaps ahead of him. This is not an easy shot. Although, don't tell Andrew that. He doesn't realize. He made that look like it's so easy. Look, that's just completely parked. No question that's going in next. Great. Awesome. And David from in position with a really easy upshot, which expect the same here for Joah.
Favorite shot is going uphill and turn out of bounds left.
I agree, David. If you've got an uphill shot, you have a chance of throwing it nose up, which is going to give you a stall hyzer and send you right towards that OB on the left-hand side. Very scary. Parked. I myself have never even come close to getting a par on this hole, so a little bit jealous right now. These guys make it look super easy. Hector trying to find his lie here now. After going OB. He needs to make this just to get his bogey. But we're looking at like 60, 70 feet. That's a long putt. Oh, great attempt. And lucky he didn't get a bad roll out of that. Oh, it's slightly uphill. Might as well go with the turbo, and it might as well go in. Well, yeah, there we go again. Another turbo, and a par for Joah.
Oh my god.
What?
Brutal. So such a slow speed straight back out, too.
What just happened?
I don't even know, like, I couldn't.
How did that not stay in? It was like dead center, right in the heart of the basket. As Hector taps in his double bogey. You can tell he is not happy. His score is not looking good at this point. He's now dropped 7 strokes behind the lead. Andrew holding on to his 4 under.
Alright, dude. It'll be another 2-stroke penalty. And on top.
I still don't understand how that happened. Hole 16, 259 feet, straight shot, no real level change. The only thing that's a little bit tricky about this is you've got a bit of a canopy to mess with your head as you're coming off the tee, but otherwise, I say you throw at the truck that's on the right-hand side, where the catch cam man is standing, throw right at him and let it hyzer towards the basket, and easy. Joah missing the line. Just a tiny bit. And Andrew's got the line here. He's just hoping for a bit more fade. Just stayed a little too straight on him. David had a great line, but a little bit long. A little bit too long. For these guys, for this hole, I would say this one's a must get. This is one of the easier birdie opportunities you get on this course. So everyone really wants to walk away with a birdie on this one. Like Joe is just a little short. And David just a little too nose up into that headwind, and it just made it lift and carry. And you could see it just stall there. Gave Hector a good read on the wind, though. And just a little bit of lift. And he's off the top band. Andrew getting lucky and avoiding that headwind. And making a great putt for a birdie here. He's on a little bit of a comeback now. Challenging Joah just a little bit. Only 4 strokes behind with 2 more holes after this. Things could still change. You never know, Marys. You never know. Hole 17, 320 feet. The play is to play a backhand hyzer. You want to come crashing into, there's a little tiny hole in the bushes here that will get you into where the pin is. If you come up short, you could be in the blackberries and trying to get any kind of foothold to get a lie from the blackberries without having to take a stroke to get relief. It's tough. And thank you again, Andrew, for showing the proper shot. He is in there with a good look for birdie. And Joah coming up a little short and hitting those blackberries, just like I said. Now, if he can't get a foot in there to his lie, he'll have to take a stroke to gain relief, and that could be all that Andrew needs to get going here. He's in good position for the birdie. There's a chance Joah might not even get par here. Doesn't look like birdie is going to be possible. This looks great. Perfect. Even if you hit those limbs there, you still come crashing down into the green. And if you're anywhere in that section where Andrew and David just ended up, you've got a good shot. A good look at the basket. Birdie is a easy option for those two right now. And this looking a little low, he's going to need the good skip. And he gets a good skip and a nice save by that tree. Although, I mean, he could have got a nice little ricochet around that tree and got in, but he could have been kicked way out or into some nastiness. Joah did get a foot to his disc, and he just, a little flick layup, gets himself in there. Oh man, I feel for Hector. Some days, you know, if something's like test your putting confidence, it's just sometimes it just doesn't come back. And it's obvious he can make these shots. He can do these putts. He's a good disc golfer. But I think he was shaken just by the first opening couple holes, and that confidence just never came back for him. Really nice birdie by Andrew. A turbo. Well, that's just weird. Is that just... Oh no. That's what that is. That's going to the well one too many times. Why did you want to use a turbo there? That was an easy putt. Was it just showing off? I don't know what was happening there, but he can't be happy with taking his first bogey of the round. Ooh, was that? That looked like it was going to do the little rollout Davids did earlier. Alright, here we are at hole 18. Now, I don't suspect anyone's going to go for the tunnel shot here where the drone is flying. I'm sure all these guys are going to opt for the straight backhand hyzer around the trees, come out, try to land on this hilltop and get a little skip and slide down into the basket. Tradition at the 18th hole on your round. Slap knuck, shake hands, whatever you're going to do. This is in a little tight. And that's going right in the pond. That'll be a stroke penalty, and he'll play it from the point of entry into the pond. That's right, David. You did a good one. That was a beautiful shot. That's exactly what you want to do. Nice hyzer around the trees, sliding down the hill, and just slide right up to the pin. That'll be the easiest birdie on this hole ever. Hector with a nice line as well. almost expected Joah to go for the straight line right through the middle, but he goes around the trees as well. Easy birder to finish his round at 9 under. Hot round of the day, 9 under par. And Andrew saves his par after going into the pond. Just have to fish his disc out of there. David to tap in a really easy birdie. And he'll finish up 1 under.
They gotta be close to get him.
And Hector's got it there. They gotta be close today, but he'll come back stronger. So, Joah is leading the way at 9 under, Andrew at 6 under, Hector 3 under, and David at 1 under par. Now, we actually did not film round 2 for various reasons, mainly because I thought that the Island Series was a league thing and not a series of tournaments. It's my fault. Anyway, we filmed the hot round with Joah, who had 9 under and went on to win the tournament 16 under, 7 strokes ahead of Hector, who did make a comeback in round 2 for a 9 under score. Ben Atkinson in 3rd place at 7 under, Andrew at 5 under, and you can see the rest of the top 10 here. We had a great day, Mary's Farm. Hope you enjoyed the disc golf action. If you really are enjoying what we're doing here and you like this kind of format, it took us a lot of work to get this out. So if you want to see more of it, we need to know that you really, really like this and that you want to see more of it. So you gotta comment and let us know. Gotta share this video, like it, make sure you subscribe to our channel. It really helps with all the YouTube algorithms and stuff, and if we see that this video is giving us lots of traffic, then, well, we're gonna want to do more of them. So yeah, help us out. We'll see you out there.